Hello, everybody. My name is Kevin from the Ring Crew. We are here on episode 1 of the Indy-Vision Podcast, a podcast brought to you by myself and a guy, I guess you could say, not really a friend, calls himself a charitable human being when I just don't see it. The guy who is funding this podcast, Mr. Eric Johnson, NQW GM, and generally annoying New Yorker.
Whoa. Annoying New Yorker. That's a little too far for me. But I'll tell you what, we're up 5-4. It's looking great against the trash can bangers. Looking smooth, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, in that series, I'm rooting for the Meteorite because I don't do well with cheaters. Both teams are very guilty of it.
Hey. Listen, the Yankees cheat within the unwritten rules, okay? It's classy. There's a
So,
difference.
like when you help out any of your friends as a GM of a company.
Whoa. I'm not helping out anybody. I am a neutral party. Simple as that. I will not get involved in Rob Roberts versus Brian Sire. You heard it here first.
All right. So everybody, when he inevitably does get involved, because he's not a man of his word, like every businessman ever, you heard it here.
Listen, okay, I am a fair guy. I've even said it. I mean, I still gave Rob Roberts his match.
Yes, but you also offered a guy's daughter tuition money. Just for the sole fact of having
I'm just
spite.
trying to be nice. I mean, nobody wants to live the loser life. Okay?
And speaking of, you're calling everyone loser life, I'm looking at your bedroom there, which I can assume is your bedroom, and it doesn't look very rich and extravagant as I would have thought.
Listen, okay, I'm not showing off my house because as far as I'm concerned, I have way too many valuables over there. I mean, look at this. I have a nice vase. That costs $20,000. Okay, my wife's gold necklace, it's about $50,000. Okay, so I don't want to hear it. I don't need to give them ideas of what to steal. And there's more than that. That's just the beginning.
So you're not too shy about flaunting everything you own, it seems to be.
Listen, you're not going to find out where I live. Okay? It's a gated community. It's hard to get in.
All right. Well, enough talking about Eric Johnson because he's not the one we're interviewing today.
That is
just
true.
The co-host.
That is true.
We are here to welcome our guest for this evening, Logan X from NQW. One guy you're familiar with. Hello, Logan. How are you today?
Absolutely.
Hey, Eric and Kevin, Mr. Ring Crew. Good job you do there.
Yeah, it's very pain in the ass dealing with rings. Trust me, they're heavier than they look.
Oh,
that's all I do.
Don't I know it?
All right. So, Eric, I know you're very familiar with Mr.
So what's
Logan
going
X.
on, gentlemen?
Not much.
Hanging in there. My mental health's riding on a Yankee game right now. Okay. So far, so good. So I'm not angry. Boss isn't angry, Logan.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be looking for you in the news later then.
If the Yankees inevitably
might
lose.
be an angry New York fan. We'll see.
So, Logan, I know that you were on one of Mr. Johnson's wrestlers up at NQW. Tell us a bit about yourself. Like where you got your start or anything. Am I coming through? Oh no.
His audio is not coming through.
Unless he's not talking.
I don't know what happened to him. Come on.
Can you repeat that? Sorry, you broke up there, Kevin, for a minute.
Sorry.
For backing up the speed, Eric's not putting enough money into it.
No, he's
obviously not. I mean, I thought $10,000 was enough. Obviously, I needed to add a couple.
10,000. 10,000. He said.
I'm sorry. I didn't have much faith in it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, but Logan, just tell us a bit about yourself. Like, how long
did I disappear?
No, you're good.
You're still there.
It's earbuds. I don't think we can hear them. We can hear you. I don't know. It's not getting to you.
Sign language.
I don't think you can hear us.
Oh, no.
We're losing him. His connection. Oh, this is great.
Oh, this is great. First episode jitters.
Listen. If Logan needs a couple dollars added to his salary so he could get proper connection, I mean, I don't have a problem doing that just to get this episode going here.
I mean, technical difficulties and everything, especially when you're not funding more than $100 to this thing.
I tried here. All right. I really did. All right. Obviously, my small hopes for this it's real. Okay. But as we wait on Logan X here to get back, let's see how the Yanks are up to, I guess. That's some filler talk. Oh, what?
Filler talk.
I think he's back in here. Hey, there he is.
Am I back?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
we
are.
can hear you. We've been able to hear you this whole time. You just can't hear us.
It's now 5-5.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. You started breaking up, Kevin,
Listen,
and then all of a sudden you stopped moving, and then I was gone.
Logan, if you need a couple extra zeros to your salary, I can help you out there. You just have to tell me.
Why do I need to tell you to pay me? I'm one of the best you got on the roster. What are you waiting for?
Well,
you've got a valid point.
That is true. And so far, 1-0. Making this push, making this grind at NQW. I am keeping my eye on you. Very talented. Might even give you my business card. I don't know.
I don't know if that's.
I'll make sure to put it somewhere safe, like the trash.
I agree with that. I wish I'd have done that. $100 budget.
I'll remember that.
For this.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind.
I'm just joshing you, Mr. GM. I'm just playing with you.
Hey, he
you know me and you are good terms. We're good. We're good.
Listen, I'm not allowed. The board of directors told me I'm not allowed to fire him for business reasons pertaining to my own. So I couldn't fire him for that.
All right. So before this goes any more off the rails, apparently, Logan, tell us how you got your start in wrestling, man.
All right. Oh, that's an easy one. So, way back, because I'm old. First, I originally was in a backyard federation. I'm not too prideful to admit it. I was with a group of guys who all wanted to go pro. And I don't know if you guys know about Kevin Landry. He's a trainer in the area, Holyoke. We ended up getting a hold of one of his old rings. Ended up using it for our backyard promotion. And because of that linkage, eventually we got the opportunity for Aaron Morrison. He used to help Kevin train at his school, and he decided to do a little pet project and do his own class. He got a hold of all of us, like a group of like 25, 30 of us guys, and started training us legit for the sole purpose of running a promotion. So that's where I got my start. That promotion was Ultimate Wrestling Dynasty. Way back when I was 16 in high school. That's when I started getting trained legit.
I mean, a lot of guys would sit there and go, oh, anyone who started in the backyards. Honestly, who didn't? That WWE message would come up, don't try this at home. Who wasn't out there doing that? Let's be honest. Anyone who really goes, oh, I don't want to. You did the thing. You started off there, but you went and got legitimately trained. I don't see an issue with that, which might get me a lot of heat, but I don't.
Because Mick Foley wasn't jumping off of roofs or nothing, right?
Exactly.
That's totally not what got him
There's a lot of guys that can say they started in their backyard. So the term yarder should be dead at this point, in my opinion.
Here's the thing. The way I see it, I feel like if you did backyard stuff when you were a kid, I don't think people really slight you for that. I feel like it's more whenever they do it after high school. It's like, okay, dude. I think that's where people make the yarder thing look bad.
I'm kind of on the same page with Erica. I think it's one thing to be a yarder before you're trained, but to bust into the business, you have to get schooling. You have to be legit. And if you got no schooling of any whatsoever, and you're literally just a yarder, then that's where I can see that term coming into it.
That. Yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, you went from the steps of doing it in your backyard as a young kid to then making your way to get trained by an actual trainer to learn how to do it right. You're not smashing each other with microwaves and not knowing how to do it in a sense. But if you're doing that, you went and said, oh, I'm going to try the training. It got too hard for you and went back to it. this business ain't for everybody, so maybe you shouldn't continue. I can agree with that sentiment.
Oh, 100% agree.
Now, speaking of your training school, you were starting to touch on that. What was your trainer's name again?
Aaron Morrison.
Aaron Morrison or Morrison? I couldn't hear that last
Morrison,
bit.
I think.
Morrison.
Okay.
Morrison.
All right. Is there anything that he would taught you when training that really has stuck with you through your career?
I guess a couple of bad things I don't agree with, but I won't say those. And then just the way he taught us in general. I'm not calling any specific area or people out, but I've traveled enough in the New England area where I see some other wrestlers, and I just think to myself, God, thank God for the way I was trained by that man. He definitely taught us the right way. That's for sure.
Yeah, no,
All that matters, right?
although I'm a member of Ring Crew, I've gone through training a bit, and one of the things that I've had the opportunity to actually been graced with, though I had 4 different trainers, they all taught me something different about the business in terms of different psychology and ways of looking. I had a guy that was very big during the early 90s into the mid 90s, so I got to learn more of an older style. Then I had somebody that was more familiar with how the business works now. And my current trainer is a man named Brian Anthony. He is a local Pittsburgh area guy that had opportunities in WWF, ECW, and I don't know if he graced WCW or not in dark matches, but he's a very well respected trainer, and he's been teaching me a lot of things that, like, for the longest time I was leading with the right foot when running the ropes. He goes, "No, you want to lead with your left." And when he said that, I was like, "Oh, this is why this looks that way." And this so I've had that opportunity to see different perspectives on different parts of the business, and I've been very gracious for something like that.
Excellent. Going on to that topic of having more than one trainer, I've had my fair share. Started with Aaron. I've bounced to Kevin. I've done seminars with Gangrel. I've hit up Test of Strength once or twice. Some other schools in the New England area. I've had one-on-ones with Puerto Rican wrestlers. Like, I never stop learning. Anybody I can grab some information from, I do.
Yeah, that was a big advice that some of my trainers definitely instilled. You never stop learning in this business. I don't care if they said, I don't care if you're a 20-year vet or a 2-month green is goose shit kind of guy. You will always learn in this business if you want to keep yourself fresh and you want to go far.
Exactly.
So moving on, how long have you actually been doing this? I never actually asked, and I apologize for that.
Ooh, 16 years. I'm an old
16
man.
years.
Yep.
Well traveled is the best, I think, is a nicer way of putting that.
I mean, I originally signed him to be a blue chipper, but then I found out he's like 40. I'm like, what? I'm like, man, you conned me, but hey, it looks
you
good.
adding a couple of years to my age there, Eric.
I mean, I thought I was signing someone who's 22, and hey.
I'll take that. Add like a decade to that.
I know. It scared me a little bit.
So, real quick, a little bit on this. How do you feel about our co-host here, Mr. Eric Johnson, and his job up at NQW? How do you feel that he's doing some things, Logan, in your opinion?
I think he's in a hard position, honestly. Being GM is no joke. You have to do what's best for business, but sometimes that doesn't make the boys happy. And if you don't make the boys happy, then you have a riot on your hand. So you have to walk a fine line. And right now he's dealing with some business with the Juggalos and the Brotherhood. So let the man do his job while I do my thing for now.
Well, there you go, EJ. He just won some brownie points with you. He complimented you there.
Hey, fair enough. Listen, it really pains me not to write a check to TJ, during his suspension. Like every single week, it just touches my heart every time I don't send him a check because it feels damn good.
A philanthropist.
I'm just pointing that out there. It feels damn good. Jay Frost has been getting his, but he compared my shirt to looking like Bobby Hill. That upsets me.
I agree with that one.
You shut your mouth.
I don't know, man. Bobby Hill was popular.
Yeah, well, I don't look like that ugly kid. I'm a man. I'm the youngest general manager in all wrestling.
God damn it, Bobby.
You're gonna have those chants. You're gonna Logan.
Oh, it's not right.
You probably just got a bunch of people
If
at the
the
next
fans ever chant
the
Bobby
live
Hill, I'm going to put a hit on Jay Frost. I'm telling you.
I don't think Frostman is worried about it, Eric.
I think he will. He likes his boss.
So Logan, how far have you traveled? Pretty much, like, what states have you done? Companies, anything you wanna?
Sadly, not far enough. Honestly, I know a lot of guys bash the driving and bash the traveling, but I would love to go anywhere. Honestly, I'd love to check off some states. I basically just stayed in New England for the most part. Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. I don't think I've done Maine yet or New Hampshire. So,
Out of those states, who generally draws the best crowd, though? What state do you say there? I'm going there. I'm gonna have a great time.
That's a hard one because honestly, it depends where you are in the state. Massachusetts down in my area, like the Springfield, Westfield. I think we're considered Western Mass area. Tends to be hot. But I've done out towards the coast, and it's hard to say if it was just the company or the fans, but they weren't as fire.
NQW's going to Eastern Mass come in March.
I'll be there, obviously.
Yep. So that's going to be fun. First live crowd show. Destined for greatness.
Looking forward to it. There's nothing like wrestling for the fans.
Biggest event of the year.
I agree with that sentiment. Without the fans,
especially since I'll be there.
Yeah, if everyone,
talent, especially I really can't wait to see your match with Sigma. That's going to be fun.
This is going to be a challenging match. This is going to be an exciting match. The Lionheart looks forward to this match. This is going to be a good back and forth, and that's what I thrive on. Those kind of matches. I love it.
Both of you guys share the same heart when it comes to in-ring stuff, Both of you guys put your heart and soul into it. That's why I got you both. And I figured, you know what? Let's make it happen. Let's get a good old-fashioned wrestling match. Nothing crazy. I know that I'm not going to have a riot on my hands when I put you two in the ring.
That's for sure. No hard blood here, so no riot as of yet.
Exactly. I mean, I already have enough problems with juggalos. Okay, I don't need the rest of it being crazy.
You are going to be destroyed by Juggalo fans everywhere. No matter where you go, they will always hate you.
I don't care. Okay, they stink up the joint. They drink Faygo. They leave their Faygo bottles all over the place. It's nasty. Okay.
Have you ever tried Faygo, Eric? You're probably too uppity to try Faygo.
Oh,
Faygo is delicious.
Listen, Faygo is disgusting. I already said this. RC Cola all the way.
That's a weird choice of drink.
Keep your RC Cola. I'll go with Faygo any day of the week.
So bring it back before Eric Johnson has a meltdown. So Logan, do you have anyone that you faced that your favorite matches and opponents? Anyone that you said, this is one of my favorite matches I've ever been in?
Oh man, let me think about that one for a minute. I've had some bangers. So branching out here a little bit, I have run my own promotion. I am the owner of Grand Championship Wrestling. Right now in hiatus, COVID and all that kind of. But anyways, back before COVID, I had a couple special VIP only shows. And for both of those, I wrestled Brother Greatness from out of New York. Bangers. We just went head to head. We went so hard, I blew the soul out of my wrestling boots that I was wearing that night.
Damn, that's going hard. You destroyed his
Wow.
equipment.
Did you kick,
It was an
the
epic
soul out of
match.
his chest while you're at it too?
Say that again.
I said, did you kick his soul out of his chest?
I'm pretty sure I banged it out with the tension ha. Left him just a little bit before he came back.
So, real quick, speaking of COVID, with a lot of people in the business, myself included, and I know even this one suffered, whether he wants to believe it or not. COVID really did a number on, I think, a lot of promotions and a lot of wrestlers when it came to whether a little darker topic, mental health or anything like that. How did you feel during that time where it's like, okay, I can't wrestle. I legally, the country shut down. I can't do the thing I love.
It was rough, honestly. Right before COVID, I'll admit I've always loved wrestling, but one of my weaknesses is I've always had a hard time keeping up a good workout regimen. And right before COVID, I was killing it 3 times a week. Like I was getting big, and then all of a sudden COVID hit, squashed it instantly. So here I am just sitting. I was always an essential worker. You know, my bill-paying job, essential worker. I won't get into that, but here I am sitting, no gym, no wrestling. It was definitely difficult. It's a topic we don't need to get into because I know some people are, COVID's horrible, COVID's not real, whatever.
Yeah.
Listen, take it from somebody from the 1%. Okay, you guys were very essential workers. Okay, you were essential that you keep us richer. All right, that's what we needed.
Yeah, I think
you guys did a very nice job.
Marcus Soros would agree on that one.
You guys did a very nice job. Thank you.
But I guess I don't know. I think for me during that time, it was easier to not think about wrestling because of everything that was going on. You know, the politics, the COVID. It was easier to just try and live day to day than it was to think, oh, well, I'm not wrestling. I'm not getting booked. And yeah, like a little bit I thought about that, but it was what it was. And, you know, I won't lie. I did a private event towards the tail end of COVID that technically wasn't sanctioned by the government, but we all survived. So yeah, it was a little hard not having wrestling, but the time called for it.
But at this point, you're in that uprise. Logan X got nowhere to go but up at this point, I imagine. Complete 180 from that situation. Logan X is here. He's kicking asses and he's taking names.
For sure.
You got to love the bounce
nice
back.
Triple threat victory.
I do. Such a enormous victory. Cameron Cross decided to step back into a referee role instead of wrestling any longer. You know, there's some individuals who just have such energy and a presence to them that when you're in the vicinity, you can feel it. It's a psychic force that you pressure that you can feel when you're in the area. And when you step in a ring with Logan X, you know you're stepping in the ring with somebody special. And when you step in the ring with Logan X, you either know he's going to break me or he's going to elevate me.
Looks like you broke him for sure.
Very well spoken.
He came to me and begged me to ref instead. I'm like, All right. I mean, I guess I can do that for you. It's going to be a demotion.
I don't know if I never necessarily broke him, but I definitely did not inspire. I definitely took some of that energy away standing in the ring.
I mean, like I told him, if he ever wants to try again when he feels brave enough, he can. But right now, he's
I'm
comfortable.
always down.
So
You
Logan,
can always
since
do a
you,
one-on-one.
Just like I'm comfortable in these stripes.
so Logan, I wouldn't want to cause any dissension in Mr. Johnson's locker room, but would you say that Mr. Sire's time with the title with Logan X in the company might be a little shorter lived?
Oh, it's only a matter of time.
I mean,
I'm not going nowhere.
If you show me a couple victories, I mean, we might think of something. I don't know.
I made it very clear this time around when I walked in what my goal was, and that's the gold. Never Quit Wrestling is a fledgling promotion, brand new. It really needs somebody strong and sturdy to carry it on their back. And my goal is to be that individual. When people think Never Quit Wrestling, they will think Logan X. And when they think Logan X, they will think Never Quit Wrestling and how it is one of the best promotions in the area.
Eric, you got to even admire his go-getter attitude and his
I
moxie.
know. I do like that. Hey, I do want to see some guys push to be the faces of this company, and that makes me proud to see that. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely sounds very motivated, and you got to keep your eyes open at that point now, don't you now?
I've been doing this for 16 years, and I think it's about goddamn time somebody shows me the credit I deserve.
It's gonna definitely be hard to deny him soon. He sounds extremely motivated to come for that, Eric.
Well, I'm gonna have
Puts
to
you
keep
in an
him in
interesting
mind.
position.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to keep him in mind.
So, being that I'm still getting used to Never Quit Wrestling, what do you have to look forward to here, Logan? Eric, you tell me, who's your next opponent?
Sigma, hello? You brought him up already?
I didn't know that. I forgot. All right, it's sorry about that. It is 11:42 at night in Pittsburgh. I'm losing my mind. But no, so I apologize for that. Again, still first episode jitters. Got to get it out there. I
It's all
apologize.
good. I'm just messing with you, Kevin. Yeah, Sigma's my next opponent. I'm looking forward to it. We were actually supposed to go head-to-head at the last show, but Sigma had very important reasons for not being there. So that's when I got tossed into the triple threat, and doesn't matter to me. Any challenge is a challenge worth taking. So I'm looking forward to wrestling Sigma. I think that's going to be the knockout match of the next show, Eve of Hallows Eve.
That's coming up here shortly, isn't it?
Indeed, it is a week away from this recording, and I'm looking forward to it. Very excited. What a interesting day to hold an event.
Gotta have security watch my back from Rob Roberts at all times. I gotta keep TJ out of the building.
That's all business you got to handle, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's on my plate. So,
after that, honestly, it's I don't know. I'm filled in as I need to challenge opponents, and that's all I need. That's up to the powers that be to decide who I wrestle after Sigma. But I can tell you that I am looking forward to wrestling everybody in that locker room. Sitting in that locker room last show ignited the fire within. And I am looking very forward to wrestling every single one of those individuals.
Which one's the biggest one on your radar, though? Who's the guy in AQW that you say I need to face this guy?
Well, obviously the champion is the top of the list. He's not the champion because he's the worst in the locker room. He's the best in the locker room, other than myself. So Sire's obviously the top of the list. the forearm master, Frost, is on that list. And shockingly enough, I would love to step in the ring with TJ. Also, the Juggalos.
I'm rooting for you. I mean,
That's
unfortunately,
easy money, Eric. Bet on that one. Easy money.
I mean, here's the thing. I would have loved to have represented you, but in NQW, the board of directors barred me from representing anybody. So, fortunately, I have to watch from the sidelines.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
I think you can.
But I tend to be a loner there, Eric.
You sure? Doesn't have to be that way.
We'll see what happens in the future. There's always new possibilities and always new doors to open for Logan.
That's all right.
So, Logan, now that we've gone over a bit of the wrestling stuff, tell us about what you do when you're not in the ring. Anything fun that we can hear about? Any fun stories? Anything like that?
As for stuff not pertaining to the ring, I'll be honest. I'm a giant geek. Comic books, anime, manga, models. I also cook. A little bit of everything. I go kayaking, hiking. I'm an all-arounder and a big old geek weeb.
Got it. He's very well rounded. He gets a lot of stuff done. He's more than I get done.
I thought models was okay, but then you lost me at the loser stuff like anime. Oh, man.
We live in America, Eric. You're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah,
I can agree with that statement.
I guess it's one way to look at it.
Hey, you got to understand, a lot of your famous Japanese wrestlers stem from animes, like Tiger Mask, Jushin Thunder Liger.
Yeah, but they're
exactly. Cool. The fun thing is that wrestling has influenced anime and then circled back around to be influenced by anime. It's a beautiful cycle.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Go ask Tiger Mask himself.
I think
then again,
I'll let you know what
I'm sure you're not cultured enough to even know what Tiger Mask is.
On Twitter after this, you watch.
Oh, that's gonna be great. I'd love to see that interaction.
I would too, honestly.
He's great with people.
You know what? I'm gonna send it right now. I'm gonna send it right now.
You do it.
And then we'll share it on the Twitter page, and we'll see how well that goes for him.
I'm telling you what, I had enough.
While he sits there and does whatever a guy with a lot of money does that gets him angry at random wrestlers he knew nothing about.
Until 2 minutes ago.
I get mad at stocks.
2 minutes ago. So, Logan, you said that you're also you go hiking and kayaking.
I do.
So you genuinely enjoy the outdoor time. Is that a time
I do
go over some stuff?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
Is that that's your personal time? Like, I'm going on a hike, clear my head, really think of what I'm going to go and do in the next match or moving forward.
50-50. I definitely connect with nature. That is how I gained my powers, after all. Connecting with the spirits, asking the spirits to give me their strength, their abilities. But as far as it comes to relaxing, actually, that's where my other hobbies come in. I'm one of those guys that are an extrovert introvert. So super sociable. I love going out, interacting with people. But then I need to recharge my batteries after. And that's where I come back home, read my funny books, and build my models, my Gundamus. Play the video games. Who doesn't play those nowadays?
Oh, I can see our friend Eric Johnson is in some severe distress. What is that final score? Hey, I guess the Astros scored.
It's the bottom of the 8th right now.
We're about to see him have a meltdown if they don't win, and I'm perfectly okay with that.
Right now, thinking about it.
Do I need to keep my eye on the news there, Eric?
I don't know. You might.
Look for your name in the headlines later.
Yeah.
And then Logan X will make his bid to be the next GM, right?
Why the hell not?
No, nothing's going to happen. I'm a responsible human being. I do what any responsible American would do in that situation. Drink red wine. I think that's what the average American does.
Oh, I was going to say drown in hookers and blow, but I forgot you were civilized.
No. See, look, that's what the lower tier rich people do. Okay, they think they're rich people because they do that, but they're not.
That's fair.
Okay?
You can't be poor if you're affording hookers or blow. But not
They're
quite
rich, but they're
high
not, they're
scale,
like,
right, Eric?
See, we even have our lower tier people too, in the 1%. Okay.
Do they count as the 1%? Are they even that high, Eric?
I don't know. I consider them maybe like a 1.5, not totally 1%. But, they're close. They're right there.
So, Eric, other than insulting people that have less money than you, do you have anything you'd like to ask Logan, since you're the one who's immediately working with him at the current moment? Anything you have to look forward to? Anything you can ask him
Let's
to do?
see here. Well, since you have 16 years of experience, I guess you would say you are kind of like the mentor in that locker room a little bit for the younger guys, I would assume.
I would like to be, honestly. I'll be honest. In this business, there's a lot of walls. We're all a brotherhood, right? We're all friendly to each other's faces. We all never hope the worst of anybody. But a lot of guys put up this wall. They don't want to hear critique. They don't want help in any way because a lot of people have ulterior motives. But Logan X is pure, golden soul. All I want is everybody to do good, especially in Never Quit Wrestling. Elevate everybody, and then the whole product does better. That's the true mark of a champion, is not selfishness, not to make yourself look better, but to bring everybody to the top with you. And I would really love to bestow some knowledge and help anybody in the locker room. That includes Sire, if he so asked me for it. Just because I'm gunning for his belt doesn't mean I'm not going to make him the best man he can be so I can beat the best man he can be.
And if Sire would be up for the challenge, that's what, if I was in his shoes, I'd be up for that
Logan
challenge.
X for president 2024.
Vote for me.
That was great.
I'd vote for him.
That was great.
I'm better than any turd sandwich and giant douche that's running right now.
I assume you're going to be running under the Lionheart Party?
Definitely.
Okay.
How'd you know?
I mean, I was thinking about registering after that. I don't know. That was pretty compelling.
Listen, you got the money. You trademark it, I'll run.
Do you need a campaign endorsement? I mean, we might be in business here.
I won't say yes. I won't say no.
I'll think about it.
And then that, I'm sorry, I got really sidetracked when you mentioned the South Park reference. I'm
glad you picked up on that one.
I just started laughing, and that's all I could think of was that skit in my head for a second. I was like, dang it.
I hate to say it, but South Park hit that on the head. Like, South Park's great overall, but like ever since, it seems like every election gets more and more like that episode.
What's going on here? Even the friggin' production guy thinks we're actually starting this Lionheart Party thing here. It's insane.
Lionheart Party nominee. Hey, who told him to do that? And who even is it? Because you haven't introduced me to half the staff that's on this, and I'm the host.
That's what I'm saying. You already have a cabinet ready for this thing? I mean, who do you got in mind?
How much you paying this guy? Because you're not paying me nearly as much as I think I'd have to deal with you.
Thank you for changing it back. This is ridiculous.
You want a cabinet? Let's see. Bill Nye is going to be my head of science. You want war?
He's the science guy. I mean,
Sergeant Slaughter. He's the head of my war department now. He's a real American, and he'll know what he's doing.
Okay, I'm liking this.
I'd have to
Department of Agriculture,
remind myself of what
Hillbilly
other
Jim.
positions we
Hillbilly
need to
Jim's
fill.
Department of Agriculture. You need Hillbilly Jim. For sure.
I'm okay with that. We can run that. We got to get Jesse Ventura on board.
But he's off the grid.
See, Jesse
you got to find him
Ventura
first.
would be a great Secretary of State for you. I think if you won presidency,
at least if we have Ventura, there's one other person ahead of me that people would want to assassinate first.
Exactly. You see what I mean? You let him go out there with the foreign policy, as Secretary of State. He gets shot. Hey, whatever. It's collateral.
I'm the smile. In the face, Jesse Ventura is the harsh guy that tells everybody the truth.
That's why he's the body.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. You're the face. You're the brains. He's the body. You got this.
It's a match. He should be your vice president, not Secretary of State.
There we go.
There you go. That's your vice presidential candidate right there. Logan X. I might have to write it in. I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
So, Logan, since we were mentioning some wrestlers of the past, who were your favorites growing up and who really influenced your style and the way you do things?
So I've been influenced by a lot of wrestlers. I won't lie. It's taken little bits and pieces from here and there. But I'll be honest. My original favorite when I was young was Jeff Hardy. He was my original favorite. And I still have a soft spot for Jeff Hardy to this day. I won't claim that he's the best. It's not close. But I love Jeff personally. I feel like we are very close personality-wise. So it works out. What happened there, Eric? You disappeared.
He's also muted himself. He's probably mad at the Yankees game right now. He probably didn't want to see.
Getting a little upset over here. I think
he was helping the censors by muting.
He muted himself. Even though we were letting some things slip through, he personally just whatever he was going to say could not be on camera.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's just say there was a lot of profanity there.
Going back to the topic.
Sorry.
My all-time favorite, who ended up being a huge influence of mine, which I'm sure everybody's tired of hearing, Shawn Michaels. Is the greatest of all time. Don't care what anybody says.
I respect that.
No, I respect that one. Shawn was a hell of a talent. Unfortunately, with age.
Crappy attitude sometimes, but hell of a talent.
Right.
Sometimes
know what blows my mind about Shawn Michaels? You know how he has that lazy eye now?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how he got that?
I think I've heard the story, but not fully.
No.
So from Shawn's words, is like he wasn't born with a lazy eye. During a match with Kane, he got chokeslammed so hard, his retina detached. And he had to go to the doctors. And I guess the muscle that holds the eye just weakened from the blow. So Kane gave him a lazy eye.
Well, of course, one of my influences when I eventually get in the ring, definitely
the big red machine.
Yeah, definitely. There's nothing wrong with having a monster character. I have a friend that's a monster character that EJ knows very well. It's just very hard to talk to that one because he's a man of very few words and he's very intense.
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't really like to be in close face-to-face interaction with him because I don't want him wearing my face.
Yeah, that's another thing. If he doesn't,
there's some scary individuals in this biz.
A little bit, and I hired two of them, Rob Roberts and TJ. So that doesn't scare you.
Yeah. I had to step in the ring with Mr. Roberts.
See, it's not really scary in like a spooky sense. It's more scary like, oh my God, look at these ugly faces. It freaks me out looking at it. That's what it's more like. But I digress.
From my perspective, it's because Rob is huge and I am not.
Yeah, he is huge.
So stepping in the ring was a little intimidating.
He is huge. If he keeps on packing the donuts, he's even going to get bigger. I'll tell you what.
So
But
Logan,
who doesn't love a good donut?
I mean, I do, obviously, but I'm allowed to. I'm a
he
freaking
eats those
executive.
upscale ones with like the gold flakes and crap on it. That just there's no point. It's just a
I'm an
donut.
executive, okay? I'm allowed to eat crap.
Go to a
Wrestlers should
Krispy
look
Kreme.
like you.
So I have a question for you guys, a question for the host. Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts?
Well, this is going to be a tough one. I've had family that lived in Connecticut. There's a Dunkin' Donuts on every single street corner. Some even right next door to each other. It seems
Yeah,
to
there's
be.
two on the same street sometimes.
Yeah. So now I got to pick between the two. Well, Krispy Kreme is good, but I got to go with Dunkin' Donuts just for the simple fact of it's what I'm used to. I enjoy them a lot. Tastes good. Can't complain. It's a donut.
See, I could debate with that too. You know, it's like Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme or a donut from my own home gourmet chef. I mean, I don't know. The choice is really hard.
Oh, that one's so hard, Eric. Yeah.
For a minute, he was almost relatable, Logan. There,
Almost.
but then
Yeah,
Almost.
you
he
know,
lost
like,
us.
nah, it's got to be the gourmet chef. I'm sorry.
I gave him an opportunity to be relatable.
No, they both suck.
He
I
dodged it.
never had the chance.
To answer my own question, I know I'm going to get heat for this, being a New Englander native, Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme, it blows Dunkin' Donuts out of the water.
Yeah.
So here's the one thing he'll have that I've also heard many people debate. If the Krispy Kreme hot sign is on, that's when they're the best. You let them sit too long, that's when they start to get in a territory of it's just another donut. But if you get them right then and there, sometimes you're definitely going to be eating a good donut. That's where I give Krispy
That's
Kreme
for
the
sure.
edge.
I definitely agree. When it comes to just another donut, that's how I feel about Dunkin' Donuts. But I have kind of a eclectic taste. To me, Dunkin' Donuts aren't really donuts. They're just cake. They're cake rings.
Fair
Like,
argument.
Donuts are supposed to be dough. And that's what Krispy Kreme makes. Dough, nuts. Dunkin' Donuts just makes cake rings. That's why Krispy Kreme's is better.
Watch at the next show. There's going to be fans throwing Dunkin' Donuts stuff at him saying it's better. I think you just got yourself some heat, bud.
I probably did. There's
who
somebody out
knows?
there that's putting me on their death threat list. How dare you?
Or
Then
there might be chance of Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme.
I'll take it. You know what? If I get enough Krispy Kreme chance, maybe Krispy Kreme will endorse me.
Oh boy.
That'd be a hell of an endorsement, though.
Hey,
Think
you might
about
get a
that.
sponsorship.
You'd be able to afford
Hey,
any,
that makes me
gear.
your boss look good.
any gear, any merch. You could afford anything. You'd have the finest merch out there. Even better than
It would be
WWE.
fantastic.
NCW
And
would
all I
be
have to do is
wrestling
put
in the
Krispy
finest
Kreme on the
facilities.
side of one of the tights,
Oh,
and I get free donuts.
yeah. You got to negotiate the free donuts if they ever come in. Like, look, I will wear your logo on my tights, but I want the free donuts as
Remember,
I will just
I own
straight put a
sports
donut
agency,
on my
Logan.
ass.
I own
But
a
I have
sports agency.
the free
We can
donut.
have this. We can do this.
Hook me up.
Okay.
They'll make
say
Never
I
Quit
couldn't
Wrestling
talk
look
about
good.
Personal sponsorships. I just can't represent people in the ring.
Well, you better help. He's part of your roster. I would hope you'd help.
Exactly.
Him get some of this
I
stuff.
can do
I'll
that
call
for
you
people.
after, Eric.
I can do that for people as long as I'm not upset with them. We'll make it work.
So, Logan, as our time's winding down, I'm going to also apologize. There's been some moments where, we had the technical difficulties at the front. Apologies on that and anything
It happens.
else that may have been screwed up in there. But it's a learning curve, just like wrestling. You learn, I might want to try that. Oh, that didn't work. So, to kind of wrap everything up as a whole here, what do we have to look forward to for the end of 2022, going into 2023, the whole year for Logan X? What is Logan X's main goals for the next upcoming year?
To wrap up this year, it's just steamroll everybody I can and never quit wrestling. And then any other possible promotion at the same time.
He's getting giddy or he's getting angry. Sorry about that. Eric Johnson, this interview is not about you right now. We'll get to that at a future date.
I'm sure we'll hear an earful of that after.
Oh, definitely.
And then as for the coming year, I would really like it to be the breakout year for Logan X. We've mentioned a couple of times, I've been in the business for 16 years, and for various reasons, I've been kind of a mystery, like a phantom that kind of phases in and out of promotions. But I'd really like to break out this coming year, 2023, and make a major statement anywhere I have the opportunity.
And we hope you do. Trust me. I'd love to see you make your way all the way over here to Pittsburgh one day. Definitely.
I'll be trying.
I'm pretty sure my friend Sawyer wouldn't mind the competition.
Anywhere, anytime.
I don't know how you could be friends with that guy. He gives me the creeps.
So we're all weird in some way, shape, or form. His just happens to be he likes to wear people's faces. All right. He scares me sometimes too. That's not to say I'm not afraid of him.
Listen, Eric, would you rather be the face-wearing guy's friend or the guy he rips the face off of?
I guess you make a fair point. You could try to make friends with the weirdos.
You know, maybe if you have a little bit of humanity, it wouldn't be so hard, Eric.
I can't do that.
If anything, take this
bad for my image. Okay.
If anything, take everything that Logan is instilling in you, and maybe it'll help you become a better general manager, and maybe a better human being.
Yeah. What do you do? Huh? Go build our ring. Shut up.
Hey, it's simple.
Hey,
work,
without a ring,
without a
what
ring,
would
you
we
don't have
have?
a show.
Well, okay. You're right. Let's see. General manager is up here. Ring crew's about. Well, hold on a minute. There's the dirt. The worms in the dirt. Okay, then there's ring crew. Okay, there they are.
Just remember, I don't set up that ring. Nobody works that night. And who are they going to be mad at? Me? Or are they going to be mad at the guy who pissed off the ring
There's a pecking order in these things. Don't you learn your place, you 99%er.
There's more of us, Kevin. Eat the rich.
There definitely are. Might have to. Or I'll just call my friend to eat one rich guy in particular.
The guy we were just talking about.
Exactly. He forgets who I have friends. I have other friends, too, that I'm pretty sure would love to meet Mr. Johnson and his greedy ways.
Enjoy your face while you can,
I'm not greedy.
Eric.
I'm a charitable person, okay?
But, Logan, do you have any social media or anything that you'd like to shout out or any ventures that you're going on that people would like to know about?
I might be hitting another podcast next month with Mr. Versace. So keep an eye out for that. And as far as social media, I'll be honest, I'm slacking. I'm a little old school. All I have is the Twitter that I'm not very good at, but I'm going to try better, guys. I'm going to try harder. At BB Logan X. That's my Twitter.
We'll make sure to. There it is, right there. Hey, our graphics guy beat me to the point.
Graphics guy's finally showing up. Oh my god!
Oh man, where's he been
for that one?
I mean, I guess this is what happens. You know, I should have made the budget bigger than $20 for the production guy.
Hey, I mean,
he's doing a good job.
A raise now.
I guess.
Yeah.
He's got the Twitter up there. This guy's got it made.
He drafted up a whole campaign scenario for Mr. X here.
I know. I think he even wants to vote for you too.
I hope so.
This Mark guy I hired off the street, I don't know. It looked like he had a drinking problem. You know, I felt bad.
Have you ever worked with electronics, Eric?
Should I bring Mark back on? It's up to you guys. Do you guys think he did a good job?
Our graphics guy?
Yeah.
The guy that I've never met?
Mark from the street, yeah.
I mean,
he
did. I'd say he did pretty good.
I was just asking, Eric, have you ever worked with electronics?
I mean, here and there, I guess
Like, if you've ever worked with electronics, you'd have a drinking problem, too.
Oh.
So bring back Mark.
The only thing I have problems with is sometimes my tablet, lags, but, you know, hey.
That's why So, I've heard a story from this one, Logan. You might get a kick out of this.
All right.
He said the last time his tablet got busted. He just threw the whole thing away and then bought a whole new one. And then he bought 3 more for backups when those ones inevitably fail him.
That's not impressive now, Kevin. iPads are like $10 now.
Oh, that's not true. That's not the extra expensive $800 ones I've been getting a piece. All right.
All Apple products are trash.
But what I'm saying, what I digress to here is the fact that this man is so out of touch with the rest of us
Well,
that he could just throw away a perfectly good tablet that he could have given to you as a signing bonus.
That's true. That's true.
I thought that's how you fix the problems. You just buy 5 of them.
It's not a pair of socks, Eric. You don't just have extra in the wings.
Well, I mean, whenever I have kids, they're getting 4 Xboxes apiece, just in case they break the other 3.
Well, let's hope you don't spawn anytime soon.
I have to agree with Logan on that one, but Logan,
I regret that comment.
As much to his,
I'm just playing with you, Eric.
Now.
You know, all in good heart.
Okay, all right. As long as we're playing, good talk.
But Logan, I have to say thank you for being our first guest. It's been a real pleasure. I know that things started out a little rough here, but I've really enjoyed talking to you.
It was an honor, guys. I hope to be back again. I had a lot of fun. I'd love to chat more, get deeper into Logan X, and just overall talking. And good luck with your further episodes. And I'll be seeing you at Never Quit Wrestling, Eric.
That was totally not the sound of me erasing another 0 on your check.
Man, he just said it's been a pleasure, and he'll see you at NQW, and you were just possibly erasing this man's paycheck. What?
Wow, man.
I don't know. I was really offended by the comment earlier, man.
Don't worry.
All right. I'll write it back on for now. Okay.
All right.
But again, thank you so much,
I
Logan.
need those zeros, Eric. I need them.
That's okay. I'm back on.
But again, thank you so much, Logan, for being here, being our first guest. You know, we got some growing pains to go, but we'd love to have you back on in the future.
I'd love to be back.
Maybe when you beat his best buddy, Mr. Sire, and become the main champ yourself.
Sounds like a date.
Anything can happen in pro wrestling.
Anything can happen.
So, everyone else, thank you for watching. Again, thank you to our guest, Mr. Logan X. And my name's Kevin. That is Eric Johnson, unfortunately.
The youngest executive in all professional wrestling.
But you guys have a great night. And please, if you like what you heard and you want to see any particular wrestler that you know on here, like Logan himself, please feel free to leave suggestions. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. Make sure to follow Mr. Logan X on Twitter. And we'll see you guys in episode 2. Thank you for joining us.